What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and well, apparently there were some issues, and we're just going to be jumping right into an all-pick game, so there's not going to be a draft. So if you usually skip it, then I'm sure you'll be okay with this. But regardless, it is going to be paiN Gaming on the Radiant versus Mousesports on the Dire from the Premier League Season 4. Let's just go over who's playing what real quickly before we go over what exactly they have. paiN, paiN is going to be playing the Lifestealer, Billy on that Support Keeper of the Light, followed up by Green Text's Rubik. Okay, we have Summoned Skull standing in, going to be playing the mid lane Nyx, and Psydow also standing in. Going to be solo easy laning the Anti-Mage. He's going to be up against Mousesports Quadjkva on the Lone Druid. Feta is going to be mid as the Bat Rider. Black, not surprisingly, on the safe carry Lone Druid. Not sure who this is. Check up with that in just a little bit. Alex is going to be playing the Shadow Demon. Let's actually, no, that's not it. We want this guy, right? One no Dota. I'll make sure that he is who I think he is, but he might not be. So let's just look over the draft really quickly. We do have two hard farmers on each side. We have the Lone Druid as well as the Faceless Void on the Mousesports side, and on the paiN side we have the Lifestealer as well as the Anti-Mage. So come late game, it should be fairly even between those two heroes. The early game, really, it's got to go to paiN. Having the Nyx Assassin as a solo mid-roll, which gives him a lot of power to move around the map once he hits that level 6. And then Keeper of the Light as well as Rubik. They do have, in my opinion, a much better tri-lane than the Mousesports side, who they do have like a good amount of setup disruption as well as Grave Chill and Soul Assumption. But really the lane from Mouz is really defensive, is really passive. And, I mean, clearly they are running it on the safe lane, so they're not looking to really score any kills, but paiN could have the freedom to go very, very aggressive onto this Mousesports side. If they go for Visage, then they could bring him down. Illuminate as well as a simple telekinesis, and he's already going to take a lot of damage, or even Black walking right into that one. So paiN's early game should be a little bit better. Bot lane, looks like it should go to Quadjkva just a little bit. Just having those two units as opposed to the one on Anti-Mage will help the Lone Druid out just a little in that lane. So, but I don't expect anything to happen down there, at least until the Lone Druid hits that entangle mark. Mid lane we do have Veda actually doing very, very well against this Nyx Assassin. Even though Nyx Assassin has picked up the Magic Stick, Veda is getting a lot of CS, out-CSing the Nyx Assassin quite heavily, and at a moment's notice he could go for a kill, and I am pretty bad at noticing Bat Rider kill attempts. I just don't catch them, so I gotta keep my eye on this mid lane. But top lane, I believe, is where Mousesports has to be the most offensive. They do have the disruption, which is a very good tool against the paiN tri-lane, because they will easily choreograph their target. They're going to use open wounds, they're going to use levitate, and then of course they're going to charge up the illuminate as well. But once you see any of those spells fly, if you are Alex, then you instantly disrupt the target, whether it's yourself, if you can, or Black. That will save them from a lot of damage and hopefully mitigate a lot of the aggression that will come out from this paiN Gaming's lineup. Let's see who this is. It's just no Dota. Okay. Gonna have no Dota playing that Visage. I don't know where Pos is, but apparently he has better things to do than play with his team. It's not really saying much though, because paiN Gaming are running 2 stand-ins, or Mousesports are only running 1, so fair enough. Let's top lane farm. It's 10 for O on the Lifestealer versus the 6 for O on the Faceless Void. Forced to play defensive O. Now he might be in a little bit of trouble. Right clicks. No, they're not going to go for him. Satyr Blast Shockwave does fly through, and paiN doing a little bit of damage to no Dota. He's going to hit him twice and bring him down to like a third of his HP. Or bring down a third of his HP. Just zoning out these supports, as well as maintaining pulls. Something that paiN are doing pretty well right now. Black, as well as Alex, getting a little bit of experience from the other pull camp. But if you as the hard lane could actually get a pull off and have it work successfully, that's a pretty big deal. It's experience that you wouldn't have gained otherwise, as well as denying of any sort of creep wave. And it's really that X factor that normally you don't see. And it is also possible only on this top lane. There's no way for a aggressive tri-lane on this bot lane to pull unless... I don't even think there is no way to do it. So only in these certain circumstances is that possible, and good on paiN to do that. However, despite all this, I'm talking up on paiN's tri-lane. Got to look at the other lanes, where Lone Druid out farming Psydo very, very handily. Just having those two units zoning out the Anti-Mage really hard. Level 4 on the Anti-Mage versus the level 5. Level 5 on the Lone Druid. Mid lane as well, Fada is doing a very good job at keeping this Nyx Assassin back. Keep in mind that every time Fada drops down 1 point of the Sticky Napalm, he's giving Nyx Assassin more and more charges. However, he's going to now look for a kill attempt. Spike Carapace will stun him for a little bit, but the Firefly damage still there with 5 stacks now on that tar. One more right click will kill off the Nyx. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not. He's going to turn around. He's going to throw out the Flame Break, but already using a salve, and Nyx Assassin's going to live. Fada just needed one more right click, and he didn't get it. Even Alex rotating down, scouting out with the Shadow Poison. Only level 1 on that spell, I believe, yeah. The Nyx barely getting out of there with his life. And me finally catching a kill attempt from the Batrider, where normally I would just miss it completely. So yay, go me. But Batrider really dominating this lane over the Nyx. Even though every single cast of the tar does fuel his magic wand, which does fuel more mana burns, just managing that bottle, even getting some clarities pulled to him from the friendly Shadow Demon. He's really locking down this lane. Nyx Assassin, though, still getting his levels. If he reaches that level 6, he can move up to the top lane, or even try to go for the Lone Druid. Lone Druid does get a lucky entangle on Sido. Does he have enough damage to bring him down? Yes, he does. Well, if I was Sido, I would be pissed. One entangle leading to your death? That kind of sucks. If I was Quadra, I'd be like ecstatic because I don't get entangles. But either way, First Blood going to what I would expect to be the tamest of lanes. Top lane hasn't really had any aggression. No kill attempts from Billy or Green Tech, so you can see the Rubik still at full mana. Everyone from Mousesports rather healthy on this top lane. Not healthy enough to start going aggressive on the paiN, but certainly healthy enough to withstand some punishment, even if Batrider comes in with that haste rune. Soul Assumption onto Green Tech. They're looking for a disruption, because here comes the hasted Batrider. Level 5 on him only. Soul Assumption's going to fly, do some pretty heavy damage to the Rubik, but that's about it. Fada's going to use the rest of that haste rune to return back to the mid lane, possibly wait for the 6-minute rune, but ultimately it does force paiN back, which gives Black a little bit more space to farm up. However, any space that he does get will be severely limited. Black, though, level 5 versus Pata's level 3. What's happening over here? Visage level 3, Shadow Demon level 4. I have no idea. I guess it's just the pulls and the fact that paiN aren't getting any kills in this lane, but Black somehow has a lot of experience. I have no idea how that happened. I mean, the Nyx certainly has more farm, but now Black getting a little bit more space. paiN seem to be a little bit scared right now. But still, no kill attempts. Fada on this mid lane might look for a kill attempt now that he has that Flaming Lasso. It'll be a little bit difficult to do versus the Nyx Assassin. Impale, but 4 stacks. He might go for it right now. No, just going to continue to stack up that tar. Fuel that magic wand for the Nyx. That's really what you got to do as the Batrider. Make sure that the enemy doesn't have any movement speed, doesn't have any turn speed either. That's really how you lock down and eventually win the lane. Quadra on the bot lane has pushed down the tier 1 tower. Really, Sido as the anti-mage doesn't have any tools to counter this play by Quadra. Just having that Spirit Bear on the front lines, the Spirit Bear versus the anti-mage alone will mean that Quadra is going to win the lane. Once you factor in the main bear as well, then really anti-mage doesn't have a shot right now. paiN, they could rotate people down to try to defend this, and if they want to keep their tier 2, they really should. Because anti-mage, just as a hero, can't counter push for anything. I guess if he has a Battle Fury and Manta style, he might have a chance, but against a Lone Druid, there's nothing that the anti-mage could do to prevent constant pushing on that tower. And now Quadra is going to drop into the jungle for a little bit, get even more farm. And Sido, he needs rotation help. He needs someone to come up that. Oh, top lane, no Dota can get opened up upon. The Illuminate's going to fly through, hit very hard in that Visage. Black, very weak as well. Does have a Chronosphere, but unfortunately too far away to drop it. And paiN finally find their kill on this top lane. They even have someone rotating up. It's going to be Nyx Assassin go for the Impale. Black instantly disrupted, dodging both the Illuminate as well as the Fade Bolt. Black trying to timely bat here. Chronosphere is going to be used. It will, right before the hit from Pata lands, and Black is going to walk away with his life. What a play by this Faceless Void. And now Fade is going to come in with another haste rune. Where are you finding these, man? He's going to go straight for the Lifesteal. He does have the lasso, and he wants to use it. Going to bottle up for that. Tara's stacks are going to start stacking up. Pata trying to heal up with that salve, but he's not going to escape this. The lasso is not going to let him. Open wounds trying to slow down that Batrider, but Haste Rune does not care about your open wounds, and he's going to get that kill. Meantime, Summon Skull still playing around with no Dota. Batrider is going to go in for this one. Does have that Flame Break, does now have sight on that next Assassin. Impale going to slow that Batrider down. He's going to look for that Flame Break, but Telekinesis as well as Illuminate going to keep that Batrider back. Still, the Flame Break is going to fly, but using that Spike Carapace will defend him from that. And paiN, unfortunately, letting Black escape with just a sliver of HP. Naix's hand was in the air, but Chronosphere, entering that pause state on that Lifestealer, means that Black will survive very, very close. I did not expect that. I mean, once I saw the Lifestealer begin his animation, I'm like, well, Black's dead. But nope, Chronosphere is a pretty good spell. Mousesports, with the rotation of the Batrider proving to be a little bit stronger than the rotation of Nyx Assassin. But a lot of that, of course, is due to this man right here. Having that disruption save the Void from any damage from the Fade Bolt, as well as the Illuminate. Now, it could have been a backtrack on the Fade Bolt. I actually don't know if you can disperse away. Oh, Coach on the bot lane, stuck between a rock and a hard place. His bear trying to get an entangle onto someone, but his wounds have already been opened. He only has tranquils on the main bear, so he's not going to be moving all that quickly. Looking for an entangle onto Pada. Kochka with the jukes trying to get around here, but Saito does have his ultimate. He could pop the Lone Druid right now, I think. No, not enough damage quite yet, but just a couple more hits. Blinking, chasing, and Kochka, 19 HP. Still trying to juke around. He's doing a pretty good job, just buying time. But really, he's not going to get out of here alive. No one's coming in to support. Pada dropped very low from that, yes. With 4 heroes now in this bot lane, there's no way for that Lone Druid to escape. But, you know, there's 4 heroes on this bot lane. paiN wasting the time of 2 of their heroes unless they want to go for a push. Rubik as well as Pada have moved down here. Keeper of the Light is going to stick on this top lane, but they're going to say, we give up. They're going to give all the remaining farm on this top lane to Black, who already has picked up his Ring of Health. Going to head towards a Battle Fury most likely, unless he wants to hold a casual Ring of Health for some reason. I don't really see that happening. I guess they're going to focus more on the Lone Druid. Lone Druid is a pretty big problem, but you can't really let Faceless Void get a lot of farm. Feta might be in a little trouble. Here's the Vendetta hit, as well as the Impale. Do they have any nukes to follow up? Illuminate straight on target, and Feta can pop his Magic Wand, as well as that Firefly. He could lasso up Nyx Assassin as he does. Teleportation support coming in. It's going to be Alex just to come in for that additional assist goal, but really Batrider by himself, punishing the over-aggression from Summon Skull. Killing him under the tier 1 tower. The Illuminate as well as the Nyx Assassin combo, not enough to kill off his Batrider, who is level 8, doesn't have many huge tanking items just yet. But with that kill, he's well on his way to his Blink Dagger very early on in this game. 1600 on him. So Mousesports score is 2-3, but they have a tower in their advantage, and they are leading in experience as well as gold. With the Lone Druid and Faceless Void versus Anti-Mage and Lifestealer. You do get that bash from the Void to counter the Lifestealer, as well as the fact that they have a Lasso, they have Demonic Purge, they also have that Entangle. So Lifestealer's Rage really not going to work that great for him. Really needs to go for a couple of early game items and try to get some kills to accelerate his farm. So right now, having 1,000 gold is great, and Phase Boots, I feel like if he just goes Drums, goes for a couple of early game items, maybe even an Orchid. So if he tries to go for a straight damage build, then he's just going to get locked down. There's so much disable from Mouz that goes through that BKB or that Rage form. Anti-Mage will have a little bit of a better time just because he doesn't have to deal with that, not really reliant on the magic community as much as the Lifestealer. But still, it is just an Anti-Mage, and he hasn't really been getting much farm at all. He has actually almost the same amount of farm as Black. But, oh whoa, not in the gold per minute chart. He has the same items, kind of, but I guess treads as well as the Poor Man's Shield, which he bought up eventually, which he didn't start out with. Black still farming this top lane. Now, the tri-lane from paiN has returned to this top lane, albeit a little bit differently. Nyx Assassin looking for Vendetta initiation, or the possibility to do it. Veda is around, though, and they already established that the Batrider as well as Keeper cannot kill off that Bat by themselves. Looks like there's more pressing matters at hand, though, as the mid lane is going to be pushed. Quadruple Alex as well as no Dota. We're going to bring this down despite this Illuminate. The bear is on the front lines. It will tank this up happily until the fortification pops off. But instant resummon from Quadruple, no big deal. They will bring down this tower, however, Orange is rotating in. Lone Druid does take down the tower, taking another Illuminate to the face. Quadruple dropping very low to the Fade Bolt as well. They're just going to back up. Tranquil Boots as well as a Tango. Quadrico will be up at full life in no time at all. Pada thinking about rotating it up there, but really needs more farm. Oh no, what are you doing up there, Nyx? That is not a good place to be. I would not recommend being up there right now. He's got to teleport away, but paiN holding that flame break is just waiting, as well as the tar stacks. Look at these numbers: tar stacks, shadow poison, and summon skull. You are not looking in great shape right now. Rubik has stolen shadow poison, so we're going to be having a little bit of an archery battle, but Assassin up on this high ground isn't really leaving anytime soon. And this is forcing a fight from paiN. They say, do you want to save your Nyx, or do you want him to die? Look at that damage from Firefly. Just 3 ticks and he's dead. And now the bear coming in. They're going to catch out green techs as well. Batrider still with that Firefly. Wants to go for someone in the mid lane, the top lane. However, Black has cleared that out, and they're just going to go for a push in this top lane tower. The bear as well as the familiars. Where's the bear? The bear's already in the front lines with the armlet up already. Bear in the front lines as well as the familiars will demolish that tower in no time. paiN kind of getting caught off guard by that. They really wasted too much time trying to hassle with this Nyx Assassin. Rubik sticking around, trying to support him, but the Nyx Assassin was dead. He could have popped a Vendetta and saved himself some 20 seconds of that, but that wouldn't have been enough because he had no way to get out of there aside from the teleportation scroll. Or I guess the Keeper of the Light could have pulled him out, but once Mousesports saw that, they would have thrown out another point of shadow poison, even a right click, and then the Nyx Assassin wouldn't have gotten out that way, and if he tried to just teleport out, it would have been a straight flame break. So Nyx Assassin was dead, and Rubik wasted a lot of time trying to save him, and even getting himself killed in the process. Score is 5-2 in favor of Mouz, and Mousesports looking real good this game, with a Blink Dagger as well as a gem already up on paiN. They continue to be very aggressive on this Batrider. Of course, walking by that creep wave has revealed the fact that he does have both the Blink Dagger as well as the gem. But paiN still not really going to care. You blink in for a lasso. Although paiN have telekinesis, they do have Impale. Lasso's still going to be a very large issue for them, especially if the Visage is there with his familiars to do the damage on top of that. But Mousesports is really finding the farm. paiN has been jungling it up. He has gone for drums, so he could add a little bit more to the early game of paiN. But really, the top lane for them didn't go as well as they really would have wanted. Faceless Void has yet to die. In the bot lane, safe laning the Anti-Mage solo. I mean, Anti-Mage is a hero that can do that in certain situations, but against a lone druid, there's really no way that you could pull that off as an Anti-Mage unless it's a horrible lone druid, which Quechua is not. Fixing my mic. Sorry about the rustling noises. Now Mousesports putting all 4 down in the bot lane, leaving the Faceless Void up to the top to farm. He should have his Battle Fury flying in. No, just the Perseverance actually. Not as much farm as I thought. Needs another 1,200 for that. The tower taking a lot of damage from the Spirit Bear. The armlet on him as well as that Warcry, Battle Cry. Same difference. Just pounding down that tower. 700 HP remains, and they can keep going for this one. Put the familiars on the front lines, put the bear on the front lines. Right now the familiars just using them as a zone tool. This is going to get Sido a little bit more experience, a little bit more farm, and Pata as well. But this tower is not long for life, because Mousesports really didn't spend anything to do this, except for a couple of hit points on the bear, which they're not going to care about that much. Quechua does have a resummon. Now Black on this top lane. Pata's going to open up on him, but 4 points in that time walk. You cannot kill this Faceless Void. And now paiN looking for blood. He's going to look for an lasso in. Not going to find anyone, and the tower is going to drop. Very easy for Mouz. Now they can go straight towards Roshan or go towards the mid lane and try to get that tier 2 tower. Either way, it's going to be more guaranteed gold for Mouz because paiN, although they did have the early game laning advantage in the mid lane as well as the top lane, at least as I predicted, it really didn't go well for them. The top lane didn't bear fruit. Now Black on the run. Doesn't have a Chronosphere. Doesn't have enough mana for it. Trying to switch to Intreads, blink forward from Sido. Does he have his ultimate? No, he does not. Which needs 2 more right clicks, or just 1, I guess. And the Anti-Mage does claim the head of the Faceless Void. Now Pata going to pop off the Rage. He does get spotted out by paiN, and this is probably going to be a dead Lifestealer. The Blink Lasso, Pata's not going anywhere. The Familiars have all the time in the world to do the damage. 1 stun, 2 stun, Soul Assumption. And Lifestealer is going to go down in exchange for the Faceless Void. It's a trade that's not going to favor Mousesports because the Faceless Void is a lot more valuable than the Lifestealer. We're still getting a retaliation kill in Quechua. Well, they are going to go for Roshan as well as a tier 2 tower. Lots of gold for Mousesports. They're really playing their early game extraordinarily well. This Batrider being active all around the map. I really expect that the Anti-Mage as well as the Nyx got shut down as hard as they did in their respective lanes. I wouldn't really expect an Assassin to outright win versus a Batrider, but he got crushed in that mid lane. So Mousesports looking very good. picking up the tier 2 tower bottom lane as well as that Aegis. Now onto Quochpa. With the armlet as well as the Vlads, he's gonna be able to jungle indefinitely. Really lone druid as well as Faceless Void. Even though they're up against some stiff carry competition in the anti-mage as well as the lifestealer, Faceless Void with that bash and tangle, it's really going to be more than enough for the anti-mage, who's going for a Battle Fury actually. 18 minutes in, there's going to be an extremely slow Battle Fury, but Saido's still going to go for it. Going to have a lifestealer invested in him, possibly looking towards black once again. This time he does have enough mana for a Chronosphere, however, so he should be fine. And Quochpa still in the spot lane, just sticking around for that aura on the bear, holding out the creep wave, forcing someone from paiN back down here. Really Mousesports separating each other out, but I mean, black could survive anything that paiN really have to throw at him, if he has the mana, of course. Mana burn will hit him pretty hard, but really paiN need about 2 more heroes to deal with all this Mousesports split pushing. Even black abandoning that top lane. He knows what a lost cause when he sees one. The tower is going to drop, but Mousesports might look for a trade. Even already, teleports coming in. Summon Skull. Come in, doesn't have a Vendetta, however, was looking for initiation onto black in this top lane with it. Now the Batrider with the Firefly, spotting everything out, forcing paiN back, and this tower should be a very, very easy pickup for them. Soul Assumption onto a creep, really? You're going to do that? Okay. Bear on the front lines, as well as now the extra damage from black. Flame Break and a Fly stolen by Rubik, but this tower is going to drop, and there's no denial attempt. Get too close for the denial attempt, you're going to have a blinking Batrider right in your face. So tier 1 for tier 2, Mousesports getting yet another trade that's going to favor them. Even though Pada's getting a couple of items, even though Saido's heading towards his Battle Fury, really the Faceless Void already has the Battle Fury. Doesn't attack as fast as the anti-mage, doesn't have that base attack time advantage. However, just having that bash will allow him to really go toe-to-toe with the anti-mage, at least until he gets his Manta style. Then he might be able to burn out the Faceless Void, burn out a couple of his allies as well. Then you have the Chronosphere to factor in, and really Mousesports at this point, with the farm that they have, I don't see them losing in the late game. Unless paiN take a couple of really good fights. A giant tool that's going to be helping them is the Blinding Flash. Blinding Light from the Keeper of the Light. BKBs aren't going to be coming up in the Lone Druid pretty much ever. Black, if he goes for a BKB, will help him against that Blinding Light, but that's really not the item that he wants to go for right now. He wants more attack speed. So that mischance really going to help him versus the bear as well as the Faceless Void. Really, how much is it going to help them in the overall scheme of things? I don't know, because already Summon Skull in a little bit of danger. Everyone's being spotted out by this Batrider, although everyone from paiN is getting spot out that Batrider as well. But just simple pushing on these tier 2s, there's nothing that paiN can really do about this. They don't have the counter push that they really need. The Keeper Blasts are great, but level 7 on the Keeper hasn't maxed out the Illuminate just yet, instead favoring 1 more point in Chakra Magic, and Illuminate really isn't the thing that you want against the Spirit Bear.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
You want more isolation, you want more crowd control stunning action versus this bear. The tower does drop, bear picking up Maelstrom as well as the armlet. Bottom lane, attempted push by Saido. He's going to get out of there with his life. Battle Fury is going to give him an accelerated farm rate right now, but Quochpa already miles and miles ahead, leading the gold per minute chart on that solo lane Lone Druid versus the Anti-Mage, who is leading on the paiN side, but they really need more than that. You can see how much the Nyx Assassin got crushed in that mid lane. Only at 145 gold per minute versus the Batrider's 316. The Assassin really not doing that well in that early game. Summon Skull. Gotta pick it up, man. If you want to win this. Which I'm assuming they do. Force Staff now coming up from the Batrider. Just 60 gold away from that. Once he gets that, he could snag pretty much anyone from paiN. Telekinesis will still pose a little bit of a threat. Really not that much, especially if the target is the Rubik. Who's going to do the stunning then? Nyx Assassin, who's probably going to be in the front lines and very, very far ahead, or very, very far behind. He can't really disrupt that Blink Lasso Force Staff. Billy still in spot lane, trying to do a little bit of counter pushing action. Summon Skull. He's got to watch out because the gem is up on the Batrider. Instantly caught with the net. 1 stomp, 2 stomps, and the Firefly going to kill off that Nyx Assassin. Batrider blinking forward very, very aggressively with an invisibility rune. I don't think he's fooling anyone because he's kind of telling them where he's going. But still, very, very easy picks. The free farmers on paiN, though, the 2 hard carries, still farming it up. But really, Mousesports, they're farming not only the lanes as well as the jungle, but they're also farming paiN support heroes, which, if I was a carry hero, I'd be happy about that. Now the mid lane push as well as the bottom lane push, they gotta force these carries back, and if the carries don't come back from paiN, they're gonna lose Raxes. That's just a fact. Fade Bolt gonna fly as well as the Illuminate, but the bear, you can see he doesn't really care about this. Familiar's in the front lines, blinding light, there it is. Really gonna cut the DPS. Well, Summon Skull trying to walk in for an an impale. What am I talking about? Bear looking for an entangle, not gonna find any. Working out the Spike Carapace over Spirit Bear, taking a good amount of damage. However, Quadfoot does have a resummon. Not gonna worry too much about that. Looking for initiation in 9 seconds. Batrider will have the net up by then. Saito still on this top lane, just farming. Has picked up his Yasha. Really, is that going to be enough? Because their Raxes are in trouble. And Fortification messed up. paiN Gaming in a huge amount of trouble. They really, really need that tower to either stand or save the Fortification for these Raxes. Using it for neither. Black in the front line is going to look for a Chronosphere if things get hairy. But there's the Blink Force Step out from Summon Skull. No time to telekinesis that Batrider. Nick Assassin down in an instant. Melee Rax gonna drop. Range Rax gonna drop. Mousesports with a slow but surgical push will take down the Raxes 24 minutes in. paiN Gaming not even offering a single response. If they fought, they would have died. If they got close, they would have died. So really, it begs the question: what can paiN Gaming do to recover from this? Picking off the bear for the second time is definitely going to help. However, the bear at this point a little bit too fast for that. That'll be a minute for the Lone Druid to be pretty much out of action. All his farm gone down the drain. Mousesports, I mean, the only thing that they're waiting for is still the secondary bear from Lone Druid. Possibly Roshan as well. 5 minutes in until the next Roshan. And what did he lose his Aegis? No. I'm misreading the clock. For some reason I thought it was down here. No. Aegis just got reclaimed. My bad. Apparently telling time is something that I'm just not ready for as a caster. Bear continuing to farm, and paiN Gaming, they need more farm on their guys, but they're not going to find it just by farming the lane. No matter how fast Anti-Mage can flash farm, and he is one of, if not the best. No, he's one of. Let's say he's one of the best. I think Shadow Fiend's still better. He's incredibly fast at farming, but he's so far behind at this point, and even if he does get really big, they're one Rax down, and this bear is just not going to care with that Basher as well as the Entangle. Anti-Mage needs his Manta Style, needs it right now. Even then, if they isolate the right one, if they get him in a lasso or something like that, Anti-Mage's damage output will go to 0. And paiN, even if they will farm all their lanes, all their creeps, Mousesports have the same exact luxury of doing so. They also have the dire side advantage of Roshan, as well as the fact that they could always go for picks on the paiN heroes, which Beta thinking about doing that right on this bot lane jungle area. We'll hold off for now. Lone Druid's bear does have a resummon now, and he's going to put more pressure to this bottom lane, accelerate that. They're just waiting for a couple more items to come up. Black has completed his BKB. And a 4-staff up now on the Shadow Demon as well. Mousesports looking incredibly strong this game, and they're just playing it patient, farming a little bit more. Water is good, so that you don't mess up while speaking. Just so you guys know. Mousesports, not exactly sure what they're waiting for. They do have the late game advantage, as I said before. You see the Anti-Mage slowly increasing his farm rate. Mousesports, they are pretty much as powerful as they really need to be at this point to make a go for a second set of Raxes. Blink Dagger, 4-staff on the bat, still packing that gem. Mech up on the Visage, 4-staff on the Shadow Demon. All these big items coming up at around the same time. They're going to wait around for the Aegis, which will ensure that their push is that much safer. So for 1 minute, that's going to be the goal. However, paiN, they will have another minute to get a couple more levels up, which is going to be important for this next assassin. Pada going to go for a Sanj. That will, of course, mean a Heaven's Halberd, or at least most likely. If they could put that disarm on the bear, it would be huge, because that's all the Lone Druid's farm on that here, on that creature right here. Basher, as well as the upcoming MKB. This bear is incredibly deadly, and Quadra is pretty darn tough to kill. With 9 plus 16 armor. How are you supposed to crack this? 2000 HP. You kill off all his teammates. I guess you can have a lot of time to focus him down, but you got to kill the bear also, because all the time you're trying to focus down the Lone Druid. The bear is going to be right on you. paiN with a very much so single target based focus, which is what they want against Slow Druid at this point. So Mousesports, that means that their supports with the urns, with the force stabs, with the mechs will be very, very slippery and difficult to kill, since they won't be just blasted down in any AoE. Now Roshan will be brought down by Mousesports yet again. Second Roshan, probably go towards black. Yes, it will. You have Aegis on the Faceless Void. All the items in the world for Mouz, and what is there for paiN? They have Arcane Boots on the Rubik. Upcoming Mantis Style, Sato can purchase that one if he wants to. Mech on the Keeper of the Light, that anti-push, really giving him a little more gold. As well as the upcoming Talisman of Evasion for that Heaven's Halberd and the Life Sealer. Oh no, Saito trying to blink away. Do they have enough bash? They don't need enough bash because Demonic Purge will pop the Anti-Mage. Caught off on this top lane with what I believe is a first hit entangle. I don't even know how he got caught out. He has blink. I'm like, why are you even up there? I guess they expected all of Mousesports to be mid, so Anti-Mage wasn't even paying attention, but you kind of want to pay attention in this game. I would recommend paying attention. They're going to push down the top lane. I like this move, knowing that the bottom lane is the furthest away from the top lane. So when the bot lane inevitably pushes, even though Pata is trying to give as much momentum towards that lane as he possibly can, it will push. That'll force lots of 1 or 2 paiN heroes to go down there and really deal with that. It's a large distance to walk. And now Veda, with that Firefly already popped, looking for blood, gonna blink forward, looking for lasso onto Billy. Not gonna find it. Take a little bit of tower damage in exchange, get stunned up by the Carapace, as well as Impale. Veda taking a lot of damage. Fade Bolt will not be enough to do it, and Rubik still in the Firefly, will pop his Ghost Scepter, but he's not long for life. The mech will help him out with the double stuns, and now No Dota in a little bit of trouble. There's the Chronosphere though, as well as the disruption, saving No Dota. He's gonna go, Matt Black, gonna go straight towards Summon Skull, gonna go for Pata next. Rage will save him just a little bit more time. Anti-Mage blinking in, gonna get entangled, bashed down by Quadruple. Black still on the chase for Pata, not gonna find him. Billy will throw out an Illuminate and actually get 2 heroes. What the hell happened? What the hell happened there? Shadow Demon as well as Visage both nuked down in one blast. Illuminate pretty strong, but you know who's strong? Quadruple, Black, as well as Veda, who are still standing very, very healthy amounts of HP. Bear gonna die, instantly resummoned. Lone Druid's actually got to be careful a little bit, 400 HP, but they took the top Raxes. Bot lane is in full breach as well. Just gonna go for the range Rax very, very shortly. No big deal, just like 5 hits from the Bear, and that's dead. Black gonna go toe-to-toe with Pata, lifted up into the air as well. Does have the Aegis, so he's not really gonna care. His Time Walk, his Mask and Banish to help him run out of there. Heaven's Halberd being used on that Faceless Void, so they can't fight toe-to-toe with that Life Stealer, but once again, Mousesports don't care. They're 2 Raxes up, even though we only have 16 kills in this game. It really feels shorter than 30 minutes. They're going to get his wounds open, but the phase boots, as well as a recall, Pata cannot do anything versus this Bear, and he gets too close, the Bear will let him know that. But 2 Raxes down, paiN, they don't really, I don't want to call it right now, because I've seen pretty crazy comebacks, but Black is incredibly stacked, Quadruple is incredibly stacked. They have the initiation, they have the support. paiN, they just simply don't have anything. They needed to get more picks in the earlier stage of this game. Now Black gonna get a lot of mana burn from him, instantly disrupted, so a couple of the Anti-Mage Illusions gonna fight against him. Saito on the run out, lasso from long range. What the hell was that lasso? Saito held in place, gonna get nuked down by the Visage, and the Aegis is gonna pop on Black, but that's only the Aegis. Pata on the run. Illuminate gonna hit pretty hard into No Dota, who's gonna tank that straight to the face. No, he's gonna dodge it just at the last nick of time. Mousesports on this mid lane, just waiting for Quadruple with that Vlad's Aura, with that Bear to push in for the final set of Raxes, and paiN, without their hardest carry Anti-Mage, doing a lot of damage to Black. Yes, oh, there's the blink for the Chronosphere. Pata gonna get initiated upon immediately. Chronosphere gonna hold out the rest of Mousesports, not bad, but that will screw over the Life Stealer. Matt Black with the Massive Madness, as well as that BKB still up and available. He's gonna dive the tier 4. He's gonna take a lot of damage with the backtrack, really working for him now. And Quadruple going straight in, gonna get entangled onto Green Text, and the Flame Break will push Billy a little bit out of range of that fountain. However, the Bear, look at this Bear, he doesn't care. Not a care in the world. Quadruple even taking a little bit of the fountain, because why not? Mid lane has been broken, and paiN has called the GG. Really, such a smooth, clean game from paiN. From Mousesports, I'm sorry. paiN, pretty much the opposite. Really, I gotta say that choosing and then laning an Anti-Mage solo on that bot lane really didn't work out for them. And Nick Assassin, Although he's a very capable mid lane hero against Veda, just got completely squished. paiN's tri-lane needed to get more blood on that top lane. He needed to kill Black a couple of times. It killed him once, and that was, what, when the tri-lane was already well and done and dissolved. So Mousesports doing very well this game. We're going to be moving on to game number 2 between paiN Gaming and Mousesports. Hopefully we'll have a draft that game. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. GG. Do we not get a score screen? Oh, there it is.